Okay, let's do another round of Q&A. Alright. First question by Tobly. Basically, he's having a problem with Chromium. And I guess his settings getting resetted. So what you can do, and I think I did this before, but go to your home folder and unhide it. Control H. Okay. Looking for this folder called .config. Inside it, .config, and then you go to Chromium here. Alright. Inside of there is this default folder. If you want to go back to like the original, the first time you installed it, Chromium, you can actually delete this folder. Otherwise, you can actually salvage some of this, like your extensions, you know, your add-ons and all that, your user scripts, or your bookmarks. You want to probably save those. Everything else, I would just like delete and then, you know, restart Chromium, and then it'll generate a new default, or like the original default for you, and that should solve it. It happened to me before, so that's how I did it. So that's that. Let's go on to the next question. Where is this? Next question is by Mouse Geek. Do you know why my DVD burner will only burn at 1x? Nope. But I think, well, I'll try to answer this the way I experienced it. Just try different software, you know. The default one or the open source burning programs, not always the greatest, as I experienced with Bessario. It works fine for some people, but not for me. Okay, so what I use is Nero. Okay, I know it's proprietary. I don't care. Okay, it works fine. It burns fine, and then, you know, I use this on Windows. I never had a problem with this on Windows. Not a problem on here or with Linux either. So I'm gonna use this. I know there's like K3B and Gnome Baker and all that, but I just don't care. But if you want to install those, it's in your repositories, and you just try it, and it should detect your burning settings. If it doesn't, then move on. So that's all I can recommend. I don't really know. Next one is by ACP Carlin. What is this? Can't post on YouTube moderator. You actually have to link your Gmail account to post on YouTube moderator, which is really stupid, but they try to do like, you know, they try to bait you into making Gmail account if you don't have one already. Anyways, the question is, should I use Kubuntu or Linux Mint KDE with these specs? 2 gigs of RAM, 2 gigahertz dual core processor, ATI card. With that settings, you can use any distribution. KDE, it looks like it's bloated, but it's not really, you know. If you look at the graphics and you compare that to Windows, then you think it's bloated, but in actual reality, when you use it, it's very light. You know, the first time I saw KDE like on a screenshot, I thought it was gonna be very bloated, but when you actually use it, it's very light. Okay. So that's all I can say about that, and you can use any distribution. Okay, doesn't matter. And this one is by Super CAD. The first question I don't really freaking understand. Look at this. Let me read this to you guys. Okay. Around you to explain how contract the files in SH Ubuntu 10.04. Thanks. What the fuck was that, man? You know, I wish like foreign users would just type in their native language, and I'll try to Google Translate it, and if I can understand it, I'll answer it. Just like the second one here, I think I can understand this second one. Okay. Hello, please. I want to come by the site wallpaper for your desktop. I actually made a video on this a while back. Okay. Just search for Get Pimp Wallpapers. I probably have to link you to it, but I'll post it in the notes somewhere. Okay. Anyways, go watch that video, and you'll know how to get it yourself. Because I don't like to waste time posting like every screenshots, or I mean every, you know, wallpaper a bajillion people ask me the same fucking thing every day, so that's why I don't like to do it, and I'm not gonna change for that. So go watch that video, or I'll link you to it. That's it for that one. What is this? Alright, this one is by PSID8. Okay, I installed Compiz, but I think I'm using an outdated version. I know this because I don't have the option to have that effect around the mouse pointer. If you're on Lucid, they actually separated the package, so you actually have to install this. Just, it's called Extra or something like that. Anyways, open your Synaptic and go to Compiz. Just search for Compiz. Alright, so by default they installed the main, but they didn't install the extra. So you have to actually install this extra package. And this one is, you know, the show mouse, the widget layer, and some other ones I forgot, but this is the one that you need to install, okay? The extras. And then they'll show up in your Compiz config settings manager. So that's that one. And next one here. Hey there, any what's this Pete again? Okay. Hey there, any way to reinstall Grow without a CD? Thanks in advance. Well, the only other way you can do this is with the USB, the live USB. There is a way to do it from the hard drive, but that takes a long time. But I'm just gonna say that if you want to do it from the USB, I think there's one on Ubuntu. It's called a startup disk creator, and you can, you know, use the ISO and then insert your USB and do that from here. Otherwise, you can use, what's that, UNetBootin, okay, and yeah, just it's the same thing, you know. You load up your ISO and make sure it's a USB drive, not your hard drive, and then it'll just format it, and you know, you have the live USB instead of wasting your CD. Okay, that's it for that one. And what's the next one here? Anuxia 425. I got any good music players besides the crap? What's that here? Rhythm Box, Exile. Find something. Trying to find something that works and it's quick. Sexy too. You know, the Lite one, there's a few that I do like. The first one is called Dead Beef. What is it? Dead Beef. This one's gonna be like a default on the Ubuntu desktop, the LXDE one. Anyways, really light. You know, it's about 10 megs when you're running this. Okay. So I'll try out this one. The thing I don't like about with these light ones is that there's no filter options. You know, if you have like a long ass list, how the fuck are you gonna find all the ones that you want? You really can't. So although it is light, that's it. That's all I can say. There's this another one called there you go, Audacious, the GTK UI one. Pretty much the same thing. Okay. So I'll try out those two. That's it for that. What is this one? I'm trying to spice up my videos for YouTube. What settings do you use for Cinderella or Kdenlive when you import from GTK or from Record My Desktop? Your videos are always clear and with good voice. Can you help me? Can you email me some tips? Alright, you know, I actually don't edit my videos. People think I do. I just don't have the time to fucking cut it out and everything. So all my videos are like, you know, there's no editing. I'm just talking like this and then it's done. Okay. But when I did use Kdenlive, what you have to do is actually convert your videos to AVI first, because the OGG file is, I don't know why, man. OGG is like open source, but it sucks with everything else that's open source. Okay. So what you have to do is, after you create your video, okay, and it comes out in the OGG format, you have to convert it first. So you have to use DVD, or use whatever you want, but generally people use DVD. And let me see, open a let me drag one in here. So let's say I do this. Okay, this, if you don't know how to convert, this is how you do it. Go here, especially for YouTube, you actually have to change it to the format here. Okay, that one, and you want a widescreen, 16:9. Some of these other options you don't need to do, like scaling. This will stretch your video, and that's not what you want unless you have, like, you know, a low res desktop at the beginning. Then you want to stretch it. Otherwise, just keep it like that. And then you can click forward, and then it will convert it to AVI. After you have the AVI of all your clips, okay, you say you use, well, I only like Kdenlive. I don't like the Cinderella. Although I know Cinderella is much better, but it's just the UI is, you know, it's too much. Anyways, what you want to do for your project is make sure it's the same resolution that, you know, the files that you just converted. You see how this one is the same resolution, right? Was it 1280 right here? And that's what you gotta do. Now you just import your clips, and it'll come out exactly what it is. Otherwise, if you have like a bigger screen and you use like a low res, it's gonna come out really weird. Okay, so you want to match the size of your you know, your resolution. So that's all I can say about that. And especially for YouTube, you actually have to have it. Well, they recommend it 1280. Okay, so 720. And there's some other size too, but look that up if you're doing that. So that's that one. What else is there? Oh, I think that's it. That's all. Okay, and that one was by New Touch. Alright, that's it for this one. Done.